Jim Jordan should be the next speaker. He was loyal to the previous speaker. And the previous speaker, he was loyal to because the previous speaker was doing the things that he promised to do. Jim Jordan is a conservative. He's been running the Judiciary Committee quite well. And I think he'd be very, very good. And I want to thank Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, this is the logic now that Matt Gaetz is using. Yeah, we'll have Jim Jordan. That's better than McCarthy because of me. No, pal. Every Democrat voted to vacate. You colluded with the Marxist party that's destroying our country. And the result is the chair was vacated. Couldn't have been done without Hakeem Jeffries, and you know it. That's why you were conspiring with the Democrats. The squad. The other Marxist reprobates. So I don't take credit for that. Now, there's a lot of talk today, this evening. A whole lot. About Biden and these 20 miles of wall, and he says, I have to do it. I have to do this. Because they passed this as a matter of law. It's appropriated for. I can't say no. I want you to listen to this, and I'm going to tell you why exactly he's doing it, because nobody else will tell you. Cut one, go.
I'll answer one question on the border wall. The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't. They wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
So I have to do this. Because Congress told me I had to do it. Why did he wait? I'll get to that in a minute. That's the key question that I'll answer. Jean-Pierre at the White House briefing today. What about these funds appropriated for the wall? Cut three, go.
Why does his own Department of Homeland Security Secretary say in a public notice, quote, there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers?
Here's what I can say. I can speak to what the president was very clear in saying, and also what you all have been reporting about this construction. So the facts are this. This is not new. These funds were appropriated in fiscal year 2019 under Republican leadership, and DHS is required by law to use the funds for appropriated purpose. That's what we're seeing. This was announced back in June by the DHS. And so, look, we believe that there are better effective ways of moving forward to secure our border and security, our border security, and we have continuously asked for Congress to act, to provide our CBP, the law enforcement at the border, to give them the resources they need to do their jobs.
All right, listen to me. This is very important. So they're saying two things at once, and they do make sense if you're Joe Biden. I don't believe in this border wall, he tells his base. I don't think a border wall works, he tells his base. But all of a sudden, the monies were appropriated, and he says, I can't just ignore this. I have to do this. Why did that light bulb go off, America? I'm going to tell you why. On this radio show that's heard by 14.5 million people nationwide during the course of the week, on Blaze TV, on Levin TV, and on my Fox programs, Life, Liberty, and Levin, this past weekend especially, I laid out that the first impeachment article against Joe Biden should be his failure to uphold Article 4, Section 1 of the United States Constitution. What is that? The full faith. Well, what am I talking about there? The President of the United States not only takes an oath, but he is compelled. He is compelled to comply with statutes that he may even disagree with. Supreme Court has said so on several important and numerous occasions. that the President of the United States might be the President of the United States, but if a law is passed and he doesn't like the law, he still must comply with the law unless he has some overriding substantive constitutional objection. There is no overriding substantive constitutional objection to the wall. It's a policy objection. I've said behind this microphone, I said on TV, I said to the House Judiciary Committee, not personally, but through these various public platforms. Article 1 in the impeachment of Joe Biden, you don't need any hearings on this issue. He is not upholding his oath of office. He's not upholding the second place where we have it in the Constitution. He is not upholding his requirement to ensure that the laws of the land are executed. He's ignoring these immigration laws. So when Congress appropriated funds for the wall and he blew it off, that was an impeachable offense. How many times have I said it, Rich? Till I'm blue in the face. Now, apparently the Republicans on Capitol Hill don't hear me. But the lawyers in the White House apparently do. People are shocked at this reverse. What's he doing? This reverse of course. All of a sudden, it's appropriations. He has to reverse course. Even our own conservatives on our own conservative networks don't understand what's taking place, and they don't listen to what I'm telling them. The reason why Joe Biden genuflect within a few days is because he realized I was right. I'm not saying he's listening. Others are listening. Although he knows who I am and he's told me he has listened, called me a smartass, at least he could get that out of his mouth. It's an impeachable offense. You don't even need any more evidence. The evidence is obvious. So what does he do? He starts to try to repair this. Well, they appropriated the funds. Okay. I have no choice. No. But do you support the wall? No. You think it'll work? No. But I have to do it. This was the low-hanging fruit. It was the most obvious, tangible article of impeachment that could have been drawn up. What he has done and is doing on the border. No, he's not scot-free. There's other immigration laws he continues to violate. But this one was obvious. Congress appropriates funds, not once, but twice. Finish the wall. And he says, no, I'm not going to do that. Then all of a sudden, this week he reverses course because they realize, wait a minute, it is an impeachable offense. We don't have to do deep dives into finances and all the rest. We don't need subpoenas. We don't need anything. This is low-hanging fruit. You don't even need an impeachment inquiry. There it is. They're defying the law, and they're saying they're defying the law, and they're letting parts of the wall rust in the desert. They're selling it off as scrap. Okay, great. Send us some more pictures, just more and more evidence of an impeachable offense. Where have the legal analysts been on this? Nowhere. Why? Because if you're a former federal prosecutor, you're focused like myopically. Well, document 12.17, section 7341, that's a violation of the Espionage Act. He should have really turned that over. Whoa. Step back. Now, so the debate is over policy. That's all you're hearing. Over his hypocrisy. Wait a minute. Here's an example. Missing the entire point of why there's hypocrisy. John Berman, as dense as a block of cement. On CNN today, he plays clips of Trump and as Biden saying he will not build another foot of the wall. Cut 2, go.
Biden made clear that he would not expand the border wall if elected.
Yeah.
Trump campaigned on build that wall. Are you willing to tear that wall down?
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
The president also said today that former presidents have said to him that they wish that they had built a wall. Do you recall President Obama ever saying that?
I can't think of a single one who said that. We need border security, but that's not the border security we need.
And on the day he took office, President Biden signed a proclamation stating that, quote, building a massive wall that spans the entire southern border is not a serious policy solution. That we should know today's action does not do that. It's a 20-mile section. Nevertheless, it is very different than what President Biden campaigned on.
So he's not going to finish the wall. He's going to build a 20-mile section. They'll argue that's what's been appropriated. There's no more. And then he's now following the law. And so you're going to see this debate. He did it because he suddenly has seen the problems in the Democrat cities, the Democrat Party, mayors and governors, some of the pressure. And so he's finally buckled. It's not what happened. Joe Biden's about Joe Biden. Joe Biden's about power. That's why they're getting this message. Do you think it works? No. Do you want it? No. You have to do it? Yes. Why? Because they passed the damn appropriation. And it's been my point that Congress has passed the appropriation and other immigration laws, past and recent, and he has not complied with them. These are impeachable offenses. And one of his damn lawyers finally whispered in his ear, Joe, they have us on this one. They don't need an inquiry. They don't need subpoenas. They don't need depositions. It's all in the public record. Uh-oh. We better figure out how to fix that. Here's Jean-Pierre. Cut 3, go.
Why does his own Department of Homeland Security Secretary say in a public notice, quote, there is presently...
I meant 4, I'm sorry.
As a candidate, President Biden didn't say there will not be another foot of wall constructed that except what was appropriated in 2019. He said there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. So something changed. What?
You want us to break the law? Is that what you want? You want us to not comply with the law?
Now let's stop right there. And I'm a huge fan of Peter Doocy. There it is. It's laid out right in front of you. You want us to break the law. Joe Biden was breaking the law. Joe Biden was violating the Constitution. Joe Biden has committed an impeachable offense because he's still not following the law, but they figure this will be enough. That's why they say their policy is not to finish the wall or even 20 miles of wall. But we have no choice. And so the next question, Peter and everybody else, should be, you did this because you were concerned about an impeachment article. Folks, I want to tell the reporters out there, you don't have to fear me. You don't have to pretend I don't exist. I know most of you despise me, and I despise most of you. But sometimes the information I provide, if not all the time, is very useful. I'm telling you why they did this. And they're kind of telling you, but they don't use the I word. They're kind of telling you. He's breaking the law if he doesn't do this. He's been breaking the law. Go ahead.
But you want us to not comply with the law. You want us to not be in administrations that follow the rule of law.
You guys do this all the time. The student loans, the student loan forgiveness program, you went to court to fight for that. If this is such a problem, building 20 miles of wall, why not just go to court?
We went to Congress. The Congress appropriates the funding.
Why not
Congress,
fight them more?
Congress appropriates
Okay, so
the
let's stop here. He should be impeached for that. That is defying a Supreme Court ruling. He should be. But here he has a statute, a law, an appropriation. Not a ruling that they figure they can try and get around, and they shouldn't. But this is black and white. And they know it. And I know it. And I'm saying it over and over again. And the media would know it if they had enough integrity to listen to what I'm telling them.